Major shout out to everybody on YouTube that's watching this. My name is IAMThreeFive. This is part 3 of our life testimonials. I just thought that I had to keep this going. I had to be very consistent with it. You know, it's something that I really cherish, and it's something that I want to leave here. You know, like, and we only on part 3, and look how interesting the stories are getting already. So I was like, let me share this one with them. Part 3. The time I met Nas. Wow, this is really going back. This is a long time ago. I was 18 years old. It was 2004. I had been in the country about 1 year at that point. I came from Jamaica when I was 17 years old. I was living in Atlanta for about a year at the time, and it was on my first job. I worked as a busser at Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles, like dead smack in the middle of downtown, like in the heart. So it's like a lot of people coming through. It's a lot of little celebrities and, you know, all kinds of people that you get to see just working there, right? And there was this one night, I remember I'd been on the floor working for only a few months at that point, because I still remember it was October when I saw him. And it was a Saturday night, and they had this huge event. It was this huge event at the Fox Theater, and it had Gladys Knight and Smokey Robinson. And lo and behold, that night, as he was in the restaurant, they were in the restaurant as well. I remember the sections that they sat in, the tables that they sat in, and everything, the numbers and everything, because it was like this. It was Smokey Robinson at one table, Gladys Knight at the other, and then Khalees and Nas at the other. And you know, so it was a crazy night. It was a busy Saturday night, because I remember that event had just let out. I think it let out at like 11 o'clock, 11:30, but whatever the case may be, like a lot of its people came straight to the restaurant, because of course we're still open, because we would open until like, it's a weekend, so yeah, 4 a.m. Like it was, especially at that time, it's one of the only places that are doing that in the city. And so I was holding my head down. I remember I was working, and I hold my head up, and I look at him, and I was like, damn, that really looks like Nas. And I hold my head back down, and I look at him again, and then I see the mole that he always has in his face, and I was like, oh shit, that's actually him. There he is right there. And I just waited until, like, you know, they were done eating. I remember it was him, Khalees, one other person. And I introduced myself to him, spoke to him. He was a real cool, down to earth person, like overly down to earth. Like, it feels like you've known him your whole life, because me personally, I've been listening to him my whole life, but it's like when you meet him, it's like you knew him already, you know, like it's like that with some people. Like, you could meet people and feel like you've known them your whole life, and you've never known this person. This is the first time you're meeting them. So it was definitely like that. I was 18 years old at the time, so I was kind of scared, like, kind of a little shy and stuff like that. But I was like, nah, and I told him that I believe that he's the greatest MC alive. I remember I told him that, and he appreciated that. He appreciated it so much. So it was like, we just kept dapping each other. I remember that. We dapped each other like 5-6 times. We just kept on dapping each other. And I was like, wow, this is like, it's like somebody who I know, like, it's like a friend. It's not really an artist or something like that. Like, you know, like you don't feel those industry, or you didn't feel, again, like, you know, sometimes the rapper, and, you know, you meet them, you meet certain people, you might feel that separation. I never felt that, no sort of kind of separation. It's like, you know what I mean? You feel like family almost, you know, so that was really special. And that was when I met him. And then a month later, I think I saw him in concert for the first time. And I think, yeah, and the Streets Disciple album had came out. So yeah, this is that period. This is like 2004, up in that little pocket right there. And, you know, it's been fascinating to see, you know, that career grow into what it has become, because, you know, being there in them days and going to them shows and seeing, you know, his DJ pull up out front, you know, and seeing his crew and hearing sound check as you're in the line, you know, all that type of stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like, and to see where they are now, very inspiring things. But I really do believe that everything happens like for a purpose, and it's definitely God given, and it's really driven by God, because the first CD that I was ever gifted was his album, was his second album. It was written. So the fact that and I've listened to him ever since, like, you know, ever since then, I've deeply been, you know, a devoted fan. So like to see him in front of me and to finally meet him and all of that was crazy, you know. So yeah, I just had to share that with you guys, man. Like the time I met Nas. This is IAMThreeFive Life Testimonials. We only on part 3, and we gonna keep on going with this. And I got way more testimonials, you know what I mean? Like, got so much more testimonials to give y'all. But this is part 3, the time I met Nas. Y'all keep it locked.